So today we will going to solve about we will going to see how you can solve the exercises that are given in the Java Oracle document website. And these exercises are will give you information or will give you idea like how usually the questions asked in the interviews or how to solve the code snippet and the code based on that. Okay. So here, as you can see on my screen, there are few questions are there. Okay. Here you can see uh, like one class is given and there is one static function uh, sorry a variable public static int x is equal to 7 and y. So if they ask you what is the class variable, instance variable, output of the following code, so how you are going to identify? So just have a look on this and you can practice on this. Okay, so this will be uh, helpful for you to prepare and you can solve the question given on this Java document. So based on that, which one is your class variable and instance variable? Can you tell me what is an instance variable and class variable? Just
Yeah.
try it. Is not mandatory that you will have a correct answer and all. Just try it so that we can see the answer and from there we can find it out.
Okay, so I think the class variables are x and y.
And what is instance variable?
Okay, no wait, public static integer x. Okay, x is starting variable. Okay, integer. Yeah. Okay, I think y is instance variable.
Okay, yeah, let's see that. Yeah, you can check from the answer also here and see the explanation also here. So instance variable is y, that you are correct, and the class variable is x.
Yeah.
Correct. What is the reason behind it?
Yeah, the static static word they have used. So
Yes. So when we use this static keyword, it tells you that variable belong to that class. Okay. So to that variable, even with the help of class name, you can call that variable. Okay. You don't need a we are to create an object of that. Means you can create it or it's not mandatory. Means if you have a static keyword, with the help of class name also you can get an access to it. That is why we say it's a class variable. Okay, what do you mean by this static keyword? Static keyword tells you that the variable
this
or a,
variable belongs to that particular.
yeah, variable or a method will belong to that class itself and it will be used within the class, and rest of the other variable are instance variable. That means it's a extra variable, that is an object, a copy of an object you can say, or that holds by an object. So object hold this instance variable. Okay, so inside this object you have this variable y and they will be saved in a memory somewhere. Okay,
Yeah.
now you can see it here. Here you are creating a two object. Okay, this is one more question. Here you created an object a and b and you are trying to call the variable with the help of object. Now you see that whether it will work or what. Like if you want to print a dot y, what output it will give you? 5, b dot y 6, a dot x 2 and b dot x 2. Why it is giving a dot x 2 and b dot x 2 whereas a dot x is having value 1?
I was gonna ask you that.
They are that we see it, right. Okay, identify here. 1 minute, let me see the question. Okay, a and b, x and 1. Here a dot y, b dot y, a dot x is equal to 1 and b dot x is equal to 2. System of print. So here it is printing 5 6, a dot x. A is a variable here. Okay, and a dot x will be b dot x is equal to 2. Identify part dot x is equal to identify part dot x. This is a class, so class can be used as variable x. Okay, so here what actually they have said, yeah, it should be two only, right? So one, that is the class question. What is the output? A dot x, they initialize with one, b dot x. So here we are using a dot x. Okay, we are accessing that object with x, one object. We're going to access that with the help of a dot x will be 1. B similarly you will calling the different object that variable x is a class variable. So identify part dot x. This one is we have used it 1 minute. This is not with respect to this one, it is a different one. But here, okay, yes, yes, I got it here. Okay, yeah. See that whenever we create an object, okay, so suppose we create static, actually what do you mean by that? In static you don't need to create an object, okay? With the help of class name also you can access it. That is one thing. And one more thing is that whenever you create any variable or method as a static, they occupy the same memory. Okay, they do not occupy the different memory. What is mean by that? Like suppose here you have created a and b as an object, okay? So inside your memory, yeah, why it's not working? Just 1 minute. My pen. Okay, let's try in the paint. So static variable you might have study or you might have seen in the C language also. They occupy the same memory reference. Okay, if you have a two variable, this is a, okay, not two variable, two object. So a and b both will occupy the different memory in different space inside the RAM memory. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so whenever uh, like when we create an object for the instance variable or a normal variable, uh, those will create an object and that object will occupy the different space in the memory. Suppose this is your RAM, so inside RAM they will occupy different space. But when you create a static, in that static they will occupy the same space inside your RAM, means memory. For example, this is your RAM, then this is particular space will be accessed by all static variable. Okay, suppose you have a static variable
Okay,
a.
so you're telling that every static variable won't create its own space, like only one
Yes.
space will be created for static and all the variables will
Yeah,
be there.
because static variable will means access the same, means will access the same memory space. They don't occupy the different memory space. For example, if static variable they save in a one memory space, like suppose this one, then all the static variable they will going to save in that, and they will occupy the same memory reference. Suppose if you want to look for a object a which is static or a variable a which is static, then you will reference to this space. Similarly, if B is also static, then you don't need to check for the whole space. You will look into this memory reference only. So static variable, they will occupy the same memory reference. And here, if you see this, if you read this line, just read this line carefully. It is what it is saying. Because x is defined as a public static int, in this class identify every reference to the x will have a value that was last assigned, because x is a static variable. Okay, means every reference that you made, reference means approach to access that you made to the x value, it you will get that x value that was last assigned to it. Okay, and why it is happening? Because x is a static variable. Okay, so now if you want to reassign, means if you want to suppose here a dot x is 2. Okay, and why it is coming like that? Because you have assigned this x as a static variable. You can see x is a static variable. Okay, so here you are assigning this x variable with the 2. Okay, so when you assign this static variable, reinitialize it, they will access the same memory reference. So here, if you access the same memory reference, you will get the latest value of that particular variable.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying? Or
Yeah, yeah, I understood. But I have a doubt. Shouldn't it be in a way that first we assign a dot x, which is equal to 1, so the b dot x should also take the 1 value instead of a dot x took the b value?
if you assign b dot x is equal to 1, then the value will be 1 only, right? This is the question, that if you are trying to change the value of an x with the help of an object b, so these are static variable, so this a and b will also be saved in a same memory reference. And what they are saying that uh, this share across all the instance of the class. It means that when static variable, they will occupy the same memory reference, and every reference that we made to this static variable x will be initialized with the latest value. Suppose tomorrow you change this value of x, then when you want to print it, then you will get the latest value of x, not the previous one. Why?
Yeah,
Because
okay, I
they will
understood.
occupy the same memory reference, so compiler will get MB compiler will get confused, like how this value will get changed. Or in order to run your program smoothly, they have made in such a way that compiler will pick the latest value, compiler won't pick the old value. Otherwise compiler will become not be able to decide like which value to take it. So simple logic, if they ask you like how these values are changing, this is a very important question from the interview perspective, how this static variable, if you want to reference to that static variable, you will get access to the latest value. Why? Because static variable, they occupy the same memory reference, and when compiler approach to access this x variable, it will get the latest value, because a and b object will have a same memory reference. So they will copy the value, sorry, they will change the value of this variable x with the latest one.
Yeah, okay, I understood.
So you read this line once. Once you read this line, what is written, I have explained you in my way, what is
Yeah,
written
I
here.
read it, so I understood.
So the it is just based on the reference that you made to the static variable that was last assigned. So as it is a static variable, that static variable, so the value of this x will be shared to all the static variable. What do you mean by this? Suppose here, suppose you have declared x is equal to 1 here. Okay, and after that you have declared static, suppose you have made an object, or suppose you create an object a dot x equal to 2, and a dot p sorry, b dot x equal to 3. So which is the value of x that you are going to print it here? So it will give you 3. Why 3? Because this a and b are the object, and this x is a static variable. Let me show you here itself. So just like this, it's a static variable. Okay. So here static int x is equal to 1. This is a static variable. So if any object try to access this static variable, they will get the latest data. Why they will get the latest last assigned value? Because the static variable, whenever you try to access that static variable, they will occupy the same memory reference. Okay. If there is any other also object will try to access it, the value will get change it. Okay. Now if you make a changes, like if you want to, you call another, you create another object and you want to access this static variable, then this will get changed because this is a static. They occupy the same memory reference. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. So this is important question was there. So this line will give you the whole explanation that if the value of x change in any instance, it will affect the value of x in all instance because they occupy same memory reference. So this line, if you say to any interviewer, then he will understand it. If he has a knowledge of the Java, if he has done work in that, he will easily understand. Okay. So this is the whole explanation behind it.
Okay.
So you can have a look on other question also. Let me check. Now this is one question. It is saying what's wrong in the following code. Can you check it? See this question and try to see if you do you feel anything wrong here.
Yeah, I did not create the object properly. X rectangle my like equals to
Here they
new
have created
rectangle.
an object, but here they are creating an object of another class, rectangle. They should create an object of
Something is wrong.
something wrong, and then they should access it, or maybe here they should inherit it. Okay, let's see what the answer is. The code never create a rectangle object. Correct. With this simple program, the compiler generate error. However, more realistic situation, my rectangle will initialize to null in one place. Saying, yeah, because you are all correct. And here, as this is a class, uh, doesn't having an object is created, so it will obviously give an error. And even if you want to inherit any class, then we need to write here, right? Implement or extend keyword
Yeah.
if you want to inherit the class, and then we need to create an object if you want to access it.
And for creating the object, the syntax is that the class name
Yeah,
and then the
correct.
object name equals to new
The
and stuff.
syntax is
Yeah.
like something wrong as equal to new something wrong. So this is the syntax of that. S will be, I think, capital. So this will be the syntax of creating an object. And how we're going to access it? Once you have created, you can be called like s with or whatever the variable that you have declared in the class. Okay. So this is the example of how you create an object. So this thing actually called as a code snippet, where they will give you such a code and you need to identify what's wrong in this code. They might give you four options, and out of those four options you need to select it, or might be it will be fill in the blanks where you need to check and answer. Okay. Now let's see the next question. We have already fixed it. The next thing is following code create one array and one string object. So here string student, yeah. How many references to those object exist after the code execute? Is either object eligible for garbage collection? So string student name Peter Parker, student 0 is equal to student name.
Wait, not
Yeah, here actually this syntax is correct, but initialization,
that is also correct.
yes, but here you are initializing to the
Okay, and that is also correct.
yeah. So here you are initializing to the student 0 value, the whole value.
State.
But why we are initializing null here? That I am looking. How many references to those object exist after the code execute? Is either object eligible for garbage collection? And how does the program destroy an object that it created? Okay. So there is one reference to the student array. That array has one reference to the string Peter Smith. That we know it. This is only there will be only one reference because it is zero, right? They are talking
Mm.
about zero and they are initializing the whole value. So as it is a string, it means that the whole name will be assigned to the. So here, do you know when you declare this string array, it means that you can hold 10 name in this
Yeah,
a 10 string value. So this zero index will be initialized with the first name. So there will be only one reference.
yeah,
Okay. Neither object is eligible for garbage collection. Okay, yeah. Because yes, correct.
yeah.
Array
Actually,
student is not eligible for garbage collection because it won. Yeah, this is correct. Even though the object has been assigned the value null, the object student name is not eligible either because student zero still refer it. Correct. Yes.
I didn't understand that null thing.
Yeah, it means that once you initialize the value, you can't initialize a null value, right? Why you can't initialize it? Because here you see that student name is already holding a value. Okay,
Okay,
this Peter Smith student name variable is already holding a value. So in Java, you can't replace the value. If you reassign the value here, it will obviously be given error, right? In Java, if you declare any variable student name, okay, suppose you declare a is equal to Anu. If you try to initialize a again with another value, it will give an error. So here they are saying even to means even though you if you want to assign the null value to this student name, the object student name is not eligible because the student 0 will still assign with the student name. It means that even after initializing the student name value to this student 0, this student name variable will have this value Peter Smith. So you can't initialize or reinitialize a null value to that. And the object student name means the variable is not eligible to hold a null value.
so in last it will throw an error.
Sorry.
So in last it will throw an error.
Yeah, because you can't initialize you in J shell you can do it. I think so because in J shell you can reinitialize it, but in Java if you try to do it, it will give an error. You can also try it on your system when you just create a variable a and initialize value Anu, and you just try to reinitialize a variable, it will give an error. It works only in Python language, which is a dynamic one. There you can reinitialize the value. Let me show you or check it. Just give a minute. Let it restart. And what was the third question? How does a program destroy an object that it created? Program does not explicitly destroy an object. Program can set reference to the object null so that it become eligible for garbage collection, but program does not actually. Yeah, in C++ we use destructor. You are you aware about it?
I have no idea about C++.
Okay. Uh, in constructor you might have not heard. Okay. I will explain you tomorrow. Collection, constructor. So there is a concept called constructor that is used to initialize a value to the variable. Okay. So constructor is used to initialize value, and destructor is used to you can say uh, remove the value, or you can say it remove the value from the memory or from object. Okay, what do you mean by that? Suppose you initialize a is equal to 2. So in Java, we use constructor so that you can initialize a value to the any variable. Similarly, in there is a C++ where we use a destructor keyword, where whatever the memory assigned to this variable a will get released. Okay, so you can say it remove, or you can say release the value. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It is similar to holding a value and releasing a value, or you can say occupying a memory or releasing a memory. So constructor means occupying a memory, and destructor means releasing a memory.
Okay.
Okay, so in the same way here what they are saying, let me first run this program. Duplicate field animal. Do you see this error?
Yeah.
So why it is giving error duplicate field? Because I'm reinitializing the value. Okay, or you can say it like, suppose let me say
No,
this.
but if you'll remove string, will it still give the error?
So if I remove the string, then how I will declare the data type?
No, just you have already declared A, right?
I have declared the a, but I have not declared. But I told you, like, if you use the same variable, it will give an error.
Yeah, because we're using the string already. It's like uh,
Okay,
initializing the same variable twice. No?
let's see.
See?
But still it will give an error, right? Okay, 1 minute. Why this? Yeah, token. Okay, okay, let's see that. You are saying like this. It
No, I didn't say that.
but it is like this only we initialize. Okay, okay, 1 minute. Yeah, well, a is equal to 1. No? But how you will initialize the string value in that case? If you remove this, you
No, instead of the comma, we can just put that
what we can put?
semicolon. It's a
Okay,
semicolon.
if I remove semicolon, I put it.
Yeah, what's the error that you should?
Is see that error? Syntax error token comma expected. You have used terminate symbol. Syntax error on token terminate. You can see expected comma.
Okay,
So you can't reinitialize value. And you if
okay.
you do like this also, okay. If you do like this, it, it will still give an error. Why it will show you you are trying to initialize a string. It is expecting comma, but you are using terminate. So that's why it give an error here.
Okay.
So in Java you can't reinitialize any variable. In Python we can do it, but in Java you can't reinitialize a value. And you can't assign a string value also to another string variable. Okay, that's why it was giving an error. So here I was explaining you about this one, right? So here, what do you mean by this program? It says you that this student name a variable is assigned with this value. Okay, and this value you will going to assign to the first index. Okay, so it is saying that suppose now you are going to initialize a null to this variable because it is initialized to the zero index. Will it work or what? Do you understand what I said?
Yeah, I understand.
So that is here the example. Means it is saying we can't reinitialize it even if you initialize a null, which means nothing. Even then it will give an error. And now another thing is a program does not here it is saying how does the you can destroy the object once you create it. So in Java we don't need to destroy it. Your memory or Java they will going to take care of it. They automatically delete the object or they destroy the object as you don't need it. When we close the Eclipse, okay, so the whatever the memory occupied by your program, they get released or they get destroyed by your Eclipse and your Java programming. So we don't need to use it. However, in C++, we need to use the constructor and destructor concept. Constructor means providing a memory to the object and destructor means releasing a memory. Okay, am I clear?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. So here it is saying that program does not explicitly destroy object means user cannot knowingly can destroy the object. If the program can set all reference to the object to null so that it become eligible for garbage means suppose if you declare any variable as a null, okay, so it will automatically become eligible for garbage collection and your Java will take care of this. You don't need to destroy the object once if you do not initialize any value to the any variable or if you initialize a null to that, that means that variable is of no use. Suppose here, suppose a variable a, okay, if you initialize the variable a to the null, it means that that variable is of no use, okay, because it is having null value. Similarly, if you say if you declare a variable like a and if you have not used this, then they will automatically become eligible for a garbage collection. So Java program will not going to provide or will release the memory immediately once your program runs smoothly. So here, if anyone asks you how you manage the uh, or how you destroy an object in Java, then you just say that we don't need to destroy in Java. We don't need to destroy an object in Java expressly. Java destroy the object if the variable doesn't having any value or if it initialized with null value. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So will you practice this today? This exercise program, other exercise program based on this. You will get the
Yeah.
solution. Okay. And here you will get the code also. Suppose you want to check this one. If you want to see something right, this is a solution of something wrong. So here is a object. Okay, yeah. So here actually they created an object of this rectangle, my rectangle, by taking into consideration that this might be any class, that this class will are using it. If you remember, I told you that suppose if you want to run any class, but we are not inheriting it, if we are not using that variable, then we don't need to write extend or
Extended.
increment. Correct. Good. So here we will create an object of previous class, and this width and height are the variable of this rectangle class, not this something right class. So that is the reason here we created an object of rectangle class and we are calling it. And this area is also the method of rectangle class, not this class. So this class is just to declare a main method. So you don't need to implement or extend uh, keyword here.
Yeah, okay, understood.
Okay. So just have a look on this exercise program. I'm just sending you this link. Just copy this link. I'm sending on the chat. Save it with you and have a look on this. So you will get an idea. Don't leave this question because in interview they ask such question only based on the code snippet in the technical round or might be in a pen paper round that usually happen. They will create a code snippet and they will ask you to understand the flow or how they release a memory, how they occupy the memory, how static memory they take a reference. You need to explain in this way in pen paper like how this static keyword they will occupy the same memory reference. So if you want to make change to the any variable, it will affect the other variable also, even if you are taking a reference from the other object. If it is a static one, if you make changes to this static variable, it will affect to the other variable, and you will going to get the last modify value. So try to explain in this way in how you create an object. Inside the object you hold a variable and value, right? And this is your object name, how they occupy the space in the memory, how you take the reference. Explain in this way in the uh, like technical round when they will going to ask you to explain the pen paper. So you need to explain with the proper example.
Yeah.
Okay.